Children, now let's see the second topic of the animal life, that is breathing. What is breathing? The process of taking in air from the oxygen-rich air from the atmosphere and giving out carbon dioxide-rich air from the body is called breathing. And different organisms on earth breathe different way. Now let's see how we, that is humans, breathe. Humans have a pair of lungs with which they will be breathing. The air from the atmosphere enters inside the lungs through the nose. The lungs are located inside the chest cavity. Can you see? This is the lungs of humans. These lungs are located inside the chest cavity and the air is taken in through the nose. So oxygen-rich air enters through the nose and reaches the lungs, and from the lungs the carbon dioxide-rich air expels out. This process can be observed by doing one activity. For that, children, you have to take a wide-mouthed bottle and a Y-shaped tube. Okay. Attach two balloons to the end of the Y-shaped tube and insert this tube through a cork into the bottle and close the mouth of the bottle. Okay. And the bottom side of the bottle should be open and attach the third balloon to the bottom side. To know the working of the breathing, just pull the balloon down. You will be able to see the air enters through the white tube and these two balloons get inflated. And just release the balloon. You will be able to see the air releases through the straw and this white tube and the two balloons contract. This is how breathing in humans and the organisms which all are having lungs, the process of breathing takes place. All the students should go through this activity and do this activity at home by yourself. Now let's see how do aquatic animals breathe. Aquatic animals have a special organ known as gills. These gills are located just below the operculum of the fish. And when the fish taken in water through the mouth, oxygen-rich water enters into the gills and the carbon dioxide-rich air releases through the gills. And now let's see how does an insect breathe. The insect has, you will be able to see tiny openings in its side of the body. Both sides you will be able to see tiny openings. These tiny openings are called spiracles. The spiracles lead to narrow tubes which are called air tubes. So the oxygen-rich air enters the body through the spiracles and through the air tubes it spreads all over the body, and the carbon dioxide-rich air exits through the air tubes and the spiracles. And this is the picture of a turtle. Turtles, tortoises and crocodiles. These organisms could be seen swimming in water. And how do these organisms breathe? These organisms do not breathe with the help of gills. They have a pair of lungs with which they breathe. You might have seen the tortoise is swimming in water, raising their head outside to breathe in air. Okay. Now let's see how do the earthworms breathe. Earthworms living in the soil. The soil is rich in oxygen. So the earthworm's skin is moist. Moist means it is wet. So the moist skin of the earthworm helps it to absorb the oxygen dissolved in the soil. And from the body, the carbon dioxide again diffuses out into the soil. Now let's see frog. Frog is an organism capable of living both on land and in water. So how can it live both on land and water? When on land, the frog breathes with the help of its lungs. That means it has a pair of lungs in its body with which it breathes when it is on land. But when it is in water, it can breathe with the help of its skin. Its skin also moist. If you touch a frog or earthworm, you will be able to understand that the skin is moist or wet. So this moist skin help those organisms to absorb the water present in the oxygen present in the water to absorb. Okay, my dear children. So, different organisms breathe through different organs. Humans and many other animals breathe through lungs. Fish breathe through gills. Insects breathe through spiracles and air tubes. Earthworms breathe through skin. And frog breathes both through lungs and through skin.